What do you do when you're not sure? That's the topic of my sermon today. You look for God's directions and can't find it. I want to tell you all a story. A cargo ship sank and all her crew drowned. Only this one sailor survived. He made a raft of some spars, and being of a nautical discipline, turned his eyes up towards the heaven and read the stars. Clouds rolled in as it blanketed the sky. For the next 20 nights, he could no longer see the stars. He thought he was on course, but there's no way to be certain. Days rolled in as he wasted away with fever, thirst, and starvation. He could no longer see the stars. And that was the time when he began to have doubts. Let me ask you this. Had he set his course right? Was he still going on towards his home, or was he horribly lost and doomed to a terrible death? No way to know. The message of the constellations, had he imagined it because of his desperate circumstance? Or had he seen truth once and now just had to hold on to it without further reassurance? That was the dilemma of his voyage without apparent end. Now, there are those of you in church today who know exactly the crisis of faith that I described. And I want to say to you that doubt can be a bond as powerful and sustaining as certainty. When you are lost, you are not alone. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost.
Good afternoon, sister.
Sister James, yes. You know, Mr. McGinn pruned this bush. Just the right thing to do, but he neglected to protect it from the frost.
Oh, have we had frost?
When it comes, it's too late. Where's your class?
The girls are having music.
And what about the boys?
They're at the rectory.
With Father Flynn.
Yes, he's giving them a talk.
On what subject?
How to be a man.
Well, if sisters were permitted in that rectory, I would be interested to hear that talk. I don't know how to be a man. I would like to know what's involved. Have you ever given the girls a talk on how to be a woman?
Me? No, I wouldn't be competent.
Why not?
I just wouldn't. I mean, I would, but I took my vows at the beginning. At the beginning.
Life perhaps is longer than we think, Sister James. And the decades of the soul more numerous. I was married.
You were?
You could at least hide your astonishment.
Sorry.
When one takes on the habit, one must close the door on secular things. My husband died in the war against Hitler.
Really? I'm sorry, excuse me.
You have a slyness at work, Sister James. Be careful of that. So how is your class and how is Donald Miller?
Donald Miller is 13th in class.
I know, that's sufficient. Is he being accepted?
He has no friends.
Well, that would be a lot to expect after only 2 months. Has anyone hit him?
No.
Someone will. And when that happens, send them right down to me.
I don't think anyone will.
There is a statue of St. Patrick on one side of the church altar and a statue of St. Anthony on the other. This parish serves Irish and Italian families. Someone will hit Donald Miller.
He has a protector.
A protector. Who?
Father Flynn.
Father Flynn.
Yes, he took an interest in the boy ever since Donald Miller joined the altar boys. I thought you should know.
I told you to come to me, but I hope you never would.
Maybe I should have.
I knew once you did, something would be set in motion. So it's happened.
What? I'm not sure what you mean.
Yes, you are.
Sister, I've become more cold in my thinking as you've suggested. I feel I've gone astray a little. I want to be guided by you and to be responsible to the children, but I want my peace of mind. Ever since I've been longing for the return of my peace of mind.
You may not have it. It is not your place to be complacent. That's what we give them.
Well, I'm starting to understand you a little. But it's so unsettling to look at things and people with suspicion. I feel as if I'm less close to God.
When you take a step to address wrongdoing, you take a step away from God, but in His service. Dealing with such matters is hard and thankless work.
And I've become more reserved in class. I feel separated from the children.
Well, that's as it should be.
But I feel wrong. And about this other thing, I don't have any evidence. I'm not even sure that something's happened.
We can't wait for that.
But what if it's nothing?
Then it's nothing. I wouldn't mind being wrong, but I doubt I am.
Then what's to be done?
I don't know.
For sure you know.
I don't know what to do. There are parameters which protect him and hinder him.
But he can't be saved if it's established. I doubt he can recover from the shame.
What have you seen?
I don't know.
Sister James, what have you seen?
He took Donald to the rectory.
What for?
A talk.
Alone?
Yes.
When?
A week ago.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I didn't know that there was anything wrong. That maybe he or that anything was wrong. I didn't know.
Of all the children, Donald Miller. Well, I suppose it makes sense.
How does it make sense?
He's isolated. The little sheep lagging behind is the one the wolf goes for.
But maybe it's nothing.
Then why do you look like you've seen the devil?
It's just the way the boy acted when he came back to class.
He said something?
No. He laid his head on the table in a very peculiar manner, and I think there was alcohol on his breath. No, there was alcohol on his breath.
8 years ago at St. Boniface, we had a priest who had to be stopped. But I had Monsignor Scully then whom I could rely on. Here, there's no man I can go to and, men run everything. We are going to have to stop him ourselves.
Can't you just report your suspicions?
To Monsignor Benedict? The man's guileless. He would just ask Father Flynn.
Well, is that such a bad idea?
And he would believe whatever Father Flynn told him. He would think the matter's settled.
But maybe that's all that needs to be done. I mean, if I did something wrong, and if I were confronted with it, I'd be so repentant.
Sister James, my dear, you must try to imagine a very different kind of person than yourself. A man who would do this has already denied himself a great deal. If I tell the Monsignor and he is satisfied with Father Prince's rebuttal, then the matter is suppressed.
Then tell the bishop.
No, the hierarchy of the church does not permit my going to the bishop. Once I tell him, it's out of my hands and I'm helpless. I'm going to have to come up with a pretext. Father went to my office. Try to force it. You'll have to be there.
Me? No!
I can't be closeted alone with a priest. Another sister must be in attendance and it has to be you. The circle of confidence mustn't be made any wider. Think of the boy it is itself.
I can't do it.
Why not? You're squeamish.
I'm not equipped. It would be embarrassing. I can't be there when the matter is spoken of.
Sister, please do not indulge yourself in witless adolescent scruples. I assure you I would prefer a more seasoned confederate. But you are the one who came to me.
But you told me to.
So would you rather leave the boy than to be exploited? And don't think this will be the only story. If you close your eyes, you will be a party to all that comes after.
You're supposed to tell the Monsignor.
What? That you saw a look in the boy's eye, that perhaps you smelled something on his breath? You'll be branded hysteric and transferred.
Ask him.
Who?
Boy, Donald Miller.
He'll deny it.
Why? You can't know that.
Shame.
You can't know that, sister.
And if he does point the finger, how do you think that will be accepted in this community? A black child. I'm going to think this through. And then I'm going to invite Father Flynn to my office on an unrelated matter. You will be there.
Oh, what good can I do?
Aside from the unacceptability of a priest and nun being alone, I need a witness.
A witness to what?
He may tell the truth and then lie afterwards.
The boys are coming out of there. They look happy.
They look smug. It's like they have a secret.
There he is, Father Flynn.
If I could, Sister James, I would certainly choose to live in